So let's take a look at it.
In Kirinyaga the following morning, okay? And then to Meru, to Ebu, to Tharaka. So those 5 counties, the other of East, Mount Kenya East, 3 Ebu, and the Rakanidi and the Meru, those 8 counties, she has been to Laikipia. She has been to Nakuru. Mother alone. Not with the presidential candidate. Mother alone. And I can tell you because I have been with her in a number of those counties. The people lining up across the roads where she is passing on her route, I can only equate that to the people who are lining up when Kibaki was trooping, when Kennedy Matiba came back and was trooping. And even those who are not convinced, because they are there, that Raila is their choice. You see what they are saying? Wapi mother? Okay. Na akipita, when she's passing places, like we pass through from Kiriaini, that is in Madioya, all the way to Keno. When you are passing some parts of Madioya and Kagema, before you came to Muranga town, where we had a fantastic meeting at a place called Mokoyo, the main marketplace in Muranga town. Because I was in the area, after exiting Odaya, now we put myself and the former MP for Teto Dongo Gidenji, we use the same car from Odaya, and we decided to be at the rear so that we can observe what was happening. So when they are speaking almost like a kilometer away, our vehicle is at the rear end. And we could hear people talking as mother was exiting every town, and where she did not stop, because she did not stop everywhere. She stopped the designated places. The calls were like, asimame, tunataka kumuona. The mother effect is real. It is not something we are just speaking about. And it's real because people are desperate. People are frustrated. She has come to revive some hope. I think I already said that. And that embodiment of that, she's a woman leader. First and foremost, a leader of integrity, but then a woman leader, an experienced leader. And for my community, you allow me to say this. We are looking for someone who can also defend our community interest. Like every community, even the Constitution talks about the community interests, community of interest. And we didn't find anybody else who can stand up to an aggression against the Mount Kenya community and its diaspora rather than mother. So she stands out for community and for the country.
So a question then has crept up from many quarters then, even as you look at what many now are describing as this glorification of Martha Karua.
Before you go on, he hasn't answered my question.
Oh, really?
No.
Okay, you want to ask it again?
Ask again.
My question was, Raila Odinga in central Kenya.
Yes.
Are there people, I'm rephrasing it, who one could arguably say would have been supporters of Raila and would have voted for him?
Yes.
And that,
like myself.
Yes. Now, with the Martha entry, I was asking the question, has this now come to the fore and now they're at liberty to express the support that they've had before and which previously they couldn't openly express? That was my question.
Mother has given people the courage to speak out. Now that she is at the top, those silent individuals who would have voted for Raila Odinga, but were reluctant because of the multitude of the prevailing circumstances, and because the other camp was already campaigning. There wasn't somebody from the region, or Raila himself was not yet campaigning among the people of central Kenya, Mount Kenya region. The first convoy, the first caravan for Raila presidency happened within the first 24 hours of mother being picked a running mate. So it was for the first time now people are saying Raila for president campaign being led not by himself, by an individual from the community.
But Raila had been to Mount Kenya a number of times. He had been to Laikipia, he had been to Nyandarua, he had been to Nyeri, he had been to Muranga.
He was in those I can say this. I already declared I'm supporting Raila. And I published my poster with Raila on December 10th, Friday, December 10th. I did not participate in any of those meetings that came thereafter. because they were not publicly invited meetings, they were restricted meetings. He came to Nyeri. he had like 3 meetings. The Nyeri Golf Club somewhere in called Kafiroine. Then he came to Rolingo meetings. They were largely restricted. Mother visit was a public meeting in every place she went, where local leaders were allowed to participate, where the local community was even given a role to come either entertain or say something and all that. So to answer his question is that there is a totality of Raila's support speaking out loudly now. And then added to that, the mother effect, those who are very undecided. If you polled this country and segmented to Central Kenya, you would have found a very big number, between 25 to almost 30% of voters were saying they were not certain they will vote. Undecided voters, they have swung to mother. All of them have swung to mother.
So then, is the support that we are looking at now in this glorification of Martha Karua,
Yes.
is this support for Raila Odinga because he has chosen her, or is this support for Martha Karua?
The good thing about that is that we are talking about the presidency. The presidency is the current dispensation. Call it a new dispensation, barely 10 years since 2013, first election of devolution. Is inseparable.
Sure.
Okay? So there are people who are voting Raila, and they are the majority from Central Kenya because of mother. All right? Raila's support in Central was very small. The Kabandos were very few. They were isolated. We were in the jungle. All right? And we could barely speak out. So we were only conversing in quiet, sort of. But now, add the number of the minorities who are for Raila already, with or without mother, to now the Mother Karua effect. So yes, we are telling people, and I'll say this here, even on this national station, we are electing mother. That's what people in Kenya are saying. Sisi tunachagua mother. So ukiona picha, see now the elections arrangement has been changed. So kuna picha ya rais na picha ya deputy. So tunachagua mother. Na ndio uchague mother, lazima uchague Raila Odinga. So mother has complemented Raila Odinga in a very big way.
You know, I want to come back to the issue of the president.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
Because all along this campaign has been that the people of Mount Kenya are feeling unhappy with the president. So there was a protest vote sort of against the president. Even when he was calling Sagana 1, Sagana 2, Sagana 3 and talking to the people, the immediate reaction would be, it's okay, whatever you're telling us, we want to hear you, we've made up our minds. And then soon after Martha Karua was declared as a running mate, it was announced that Uhuru would not actually be going out openly to campaign for Raila Odinga in Central. Is the Uhuru factor a big factor in Central?
You know, in 2013, when Uhuru was elected, we didn't talk about the Kibaki factor. Yet we know Kibaki was a great man, gentleman, brilliant economist. We didn't talk about Kibaki factor. And in fact, Kibaki was not active in the Uhuru campaign at all.
Not at all.
In fact, he didn't participate. He did not attend a single meeting. I was a senior minister at the Kibaki government.
He did not visibly participate.
Even I am from Nyeri. The first lady then was born in Nyeri. Odaya and in Mukuroine. Odaya and Mukuroine, we even share the same water company on Moscow. I can tell you that although I was in Kibaki's cabinet, I didn't hear anyone speak about Kibaki supporting Uhuru. Kibaki kept off. And even if he gave any support, maybe it was a support of, the tacit, quiet support that nobody can give evidence that Kibaki said this, or for Uhuru, or this other for against Raila. So he embodied a non-partisan, impartial arbiter for the transition. Okay? The same scenario is likely to happen. We don't want to talk about Uhuru. Okay? Because Uhuru has done his 10 years. and Uhuru is retiring in barely 2 months.
Yeah, but there's a difference, Mheshimiwa.
I know there's a difference.
The difference here is that Uhuru has openly declared who he'd like to see succeed him.
Yes.
Number two, Uhuru has, openly had defiance coming from the region.
Yes.
When Kibaki was going home, people in Mount Kenya were not defying Kibaki, right?
Yes.
In this particular election, and we have spoken to the other leaders from the region, people are speaking against Uhuru. There are those who are happy with Uhuru, and there are those who are expressly unhappy with Uhuru.
Yes.
So there's a difference.
There's a huge difference. The politics of Mwai Kibaki, as I said, was totally different from the politics of Jomo Kenyatta and Moi. I would like to see more of a Kibaki in Uhuru's last days in the presidency.
In what sense?
In the sense of as we transit to the fifth, he has a vote. He has a vote. He has his own influence. He has a party called the Jubilee. Jubilee is part of Azimio. That's a fact. But perhaps his involvement in the campaigns shouldn't be that loud, because those who have grievances against him may find consolation in protesting more. So he has his right, and we want Uhuru to support Raila Mother ticket. Anybody would want an outgoing president to endorse you and support you. And I think yesterday in his speech, I had some parties said we have real opportunity in this election to elect a deputy president, a female, a woman deputy president. I don't think you need any dictionary to look for the meaning of that statement. He was simply saying, my sister mother here. Okay? And by the way, do you remember when there was a Kofi Annan talks at the Serena? The team of ODM then, which comprised people like Dr. Sally Kosgei, another very professional lady. It had William Ruto, but it was led by Musalia Mudavadi, who was Raila's running mate in 2007. The team of Mwai Kibaki, that had the late Mutula Kilonzo, senior counsel, and they had the Wetangula, senior counsel, and it had the senator from Kisii, Professor Sam Ongeri, was led by none other than Mother Karua. The others were even older in age. Maybe they had served more, even in parliament then. But Kibaki trusted Mother Karua. Do you know what it means to be trusted by Mwai Kibaki? I am a friend. Even yesterday I lunched with one of his old friends, from Madhioya. And last week, another one called Nat Kangede, I went to see him at his home. For Kibaki to engage you, talk issues openly with you, invest in you as a friend, that means to trust you. It took some caution. But Kibaki had total trust. One, in Mother starting out for the whole of his PNU government and be the lead negotiator with Kofi Annan towards the Grand Coalition government. And again, trusted her as Minister for Justice to usher in the new Constitution 2010. So, yes, politics of Kibaki were different. Uhuru politics are different. But being in Azimio la Umoja, I would tell you that we are talking across, and within, we know who is good to do what and who shouldn't do what. Uhuru will play his part as the exit. But Uhuru is not a Kibaki. He has his own style. Yeah, everybody.
But what I'm hearing you say, Kabando, is that you wish President Uhuru Kenyatta takes a back seat in the campaigns. Well, the only thing he does not openly go out to participate in the campaign caravans and campaign meetings.
I'm sure my haters and my opponents would want me to appear like I'm criticizing Uhuru so that they can say I'm fighting to go president. But yes, I did a statement last year. It can be found in the media. If you search Google, yes, I said that it would be nice if the current president doesn't take a very active role in the campaigns for his successor. Incidentally, I did that in 2012 about Kibaki. and it was carried by one of the newspapers, daily newspapers in Kenya. My statement: Kabando advises Kibaki not to pick his successor.
Why?
Because, so that people have opportunity. We don't have parties as strong